Hello again and welcome to Mystery Creek for coverage of the 78th New Zealand National Archery Championships. Yes, we're just south of Hamilton where it's a breezy old afternoon and we're heading into the compound matches now as we're going to start off with the teams match play events, then we move to the mixed team play match play events before we have the individual women's and men's matches. And that breeze is getting up from the west. It's going to prove challenging for the athletes and the archers as we move into the compound sections today. So the compound is slightly different to the recurve which we've had and the bare bow. They're all slightly different versions of the sport. Compound, well, the big difference is the bow that they shoot with is completely different, and there are other issues, or there are other things that are different as well. For example, the target is only 50 metres away compared to 70 metres away for the recurve. And the target is a lot smaller for the compound archers. It's an 80 centimetre target as opposed to a 122 centimetre target, and that 10 ring is 8 centimetres in diameter compared with 12.2 for the recurve archers. And joining us in commentary this afternoon for the compound is Stephen Florence, a three-time national champion in 2021. How does that sound, Stephen?
Oh yeah, it sounds all good now.
Yeah, it is fantastic, isn't it? So, well done to you, mate. Congratulations on winning 3 out of 3 today.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good afternoon. Certainly nice to have the teams and the mixed teams to get the hang of the range before the actual finals. So that's good.
So here are the archers for the teams match plays bronze medal match. We have Emma Argyle, Ryan Dittered, and Ryan Jones up against Neville Clark, Chris Gorman, and Tony Harrison. So we've got the team of Jones, Argyle and Dittered. Now Jones is an 18-year-old from Invercargill. Emma Argyle is from Palmerston North. She's 19, and Ryan Dittered is 22 years old. He's from Palmerston North rather. So all of them are quite young, but they are up against what looks like a pretty much more experienced lineup.
That's a very polite way of putting it. Much more experienced lineup.
Yes, indeed. Chris Gorman from the White Upper, who's 53 years old. Tony Harrison, 52, from Christchurch. And Neville Clark as well. So this is the first of the 3 archers. And this is Ryan Dittered from Palmerston North. Oh, he hasn't scored on that one from Dittered. The big change to compound is that the arrows hit the target a lot faster after leaving the bow.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be shooting a compound in this. It's certainly, the targets are proportionally about the same size. They're closer, but their target's smaller. It actually works out to be about the same. But because you've got such tight grouping that compounds shoot, yeah, they shrink them down to these small targets, and it's more of a mental thing because your scope is actually in wind, often pointing off the target face, and it's really hard to just concentrate on what you're doing. That was a good shot there. From
Ryan Jones to win the first set of 3 arrows for the team.
Normally I'd say with 2 unfortunate misses in the first end with a cumulative scoring, that would probably be the game, but with how windy it is today, there's a long way from over yet.
So here's Chris Gorman.
They can shoot any targets they want, They can shoot any target, any order, as long as they end up with, it should be 3 arrows in each target. They can do any order they want. One archer can take 1 target for themselves, and 1 person can split, but as long as there's 3 in each, so look out for that in case someone makes a mistake.
So that was 6 points scored by Tony Harrison, and now Clark Gorman. Here's the first 10.
That was a good 10 from Neville there. It's an excellent shot. One of the interesting things with windy match play is you can't wait. Obviously, you've got 20 seconds. You've got to get, or you've got a limited time. You've got to get up there and shoot your arrow. And if it's windy when it's your turn, that's just tough luck. And that can be make these matches super interesting.
So Dittered, remember, getting a no score with his first arrow.
And that looks like a 7-8 liner.
Suckets hit the 8. We'll give them an 8 there. Those scores have to be ratified after each of the ends that they have, but it's a cumulative score. The scoring system is different in compound to recurve.
Oh, what a shot. That looked nervous. That looked like she wasn't quite sure where that was going to end up. So that was a lovely X.
Well, she's gone from a 0 to a 10. And now Ryan Jones, Invercargill.
An 8. Good shot.
So 10-8-8 for that team in that group of arrows.
Wind's really kicking up a little bit here for...
Neville Clark. 7 points. Or rather, that was
Gorman.
Gorman.
That was Chris Gorman.
And now this is Tony Harrison from Christchurch.
Some good photography of the release aid there and the peep sight that the archers look through to center the rear of the bow. Good 9. Honestly, 9s and 8s in this game with this wind is going to get you there. It's going to be who does the least mistakes. That's all really it's going to come down to.
Well, you experienced the wind changes this morning, which we'll get onto in a moment after this arrow here from Clark.
That was nice.
And 8. So that's the end of the first end.
So one of the big things I'm watching here with the compounders is one of the big differences between compound and recurve is a compound, the string is held with a mechanical release device. Recurve, the string is literally held in your fingers like you'd imagine. You actually physically let the string go. With a compound, the mechanical device can be activated in a whole bunch of different ways. You can have various ones, and it's all designed to get the shot into that subconscious, just not thinking about it type thing. But some are terrible in the wind. Some ways that they work are terrible in the wind. Other ways, so I think pretty much everyone here that I've seen so far, I'm pretty sure they're all using what we call thumb buttons, which means there's literally a post that the thumb sits on that pushes down and opens the jaw and shoots the shot. But the temptation is always just to hammer it, what we call punching, which is you line the scope up and you just push the button and off it goes. But that can lead to what we call anticipation, which is when your brain says yes and your body says no, and you have these big horrible flinches. And so archers will have the release that they like to use to try and shoot their best arrows. That's not always going to be the best for these conditions. In these conditions, sometimes it's just get them on the face, get them in the 9, get them on the 8 in the 8, and don't have misses.
So there's the score after the first rotation, 49-35. So it is a good, healthy lead there for Clark, Gorman, and Harrison.
That is certainly a healthy lead. Certainly, they're going to need mistakes from the other team to claw this back. Good shooting from them and mistakes from the team, but as we've seen, it can happen very easily. And you combine wind with finals pressure and a bit of stress, and it's amazing how difficult and how small that thing looks.
Yeah, those 2-0 scores to start with for Dittered here and Argyle could be.
So there you go, latching the trigger on. Got the go button on the top there. Taking his time.
Here he goes, Ryan Dittered again.
That's an 8.
So what about that win? I mean, for the teams events that you competed in earlier today, Stephen, it was pretty calm, and then all of a sudden someone turned a big fan on, didn't they?
Yeah, I really can't complain. That wasn't that bad. It's certainly not as bad as these poor guys have it. But their venue's been like that all week. 7. Again, just all pushing out to that left side. That's with the compounds. It's not going to be so much. There might be a bit of drift there, but it's more likely just that they're physically being blown. Their body is getting blown over to the left-hand side. That was a lovely shot there from Ryan.
Ryan Jones with a 9. So that's 24 from those 3. The first part of set number 2.
Good shot, good 9. Any 9s this afternoon are gold, literally gold. That's fantastic.
Tony Harrison, once again.
Good shot. Excellent shot. Doing well, these lads. See what Neville's got for us.
Oh, he's wavering a bit.
Yeah, he's going to have to dump this one. Well, we got a 6, I think. He looks a bit gutted, but I think he should be quite happy with that. That was a good job. It was a result.
So that's 24. So it's 2-point advantage to Argyle, Dittered and Jones so far in this end.
That was nice. He looked happy with that. That was solid. Maybe the wind gave him a slight break.
So what is that, a 10?
Solid 10.
Well, Dittered's come back nicely after missing that first arrow, and here's Argyle again.
8, possible 9.
Again, you see the look on her face when it went off, just that, where's that gone? That was a good shot for him. Super quick from Ryan.
Yeah.
Got it up and got it off, but that's what they need to do.
Didn't muck around, did he?
It may have gone off on him a little bit early.
Gorman.
7.
It's important once you shoot, and I noticed you guys were doing it too when you were in this teams event. You get off the shooting line as soon as you possibly can, don't you?
Yeah, it's not much time. It's really not. 20 seconds per shot is not a lot of time, and it's part of it is building up a nice shot there. Awesome 10. Part of it is building up a tiny bit of a buffer just in case someone has a malfunction of some sort, or you get carded. So the judges are watching the athlete's feet to make sure only one person is out of the box at a time. That's nice.
7.
Low 7.
All right, so there we are. Let's have a look at these scores here. Just doing my calculations, Stephen. You have to be
I'm glad you're on the maths.
mathematical genius, man.
If it's out, that would be 50 points target 1.
Oh, Peter's doing it for you.
88 points for that end.
Okay.
50 for target 1.
Bringing the match to 85 on target 1 to 97 score.
Yeah, so target 2 increasing the lead again further on that end a little bit.
Just waiting for those confirmed scores. I think I heard 85 to 97, which means Argyle, Dittered and Jones actually picked up
Oh, did they?
2 points in that, or caught up 2 points, but they're going to need bigger gains than that because they're running out of time.
They're going to need mistakes. It's going to take more than good shooting from them. It's going to take mistakes from the other team, but that absolutely can happen. They had a tough start and settling down a bit now, and the other team have been fairly solid and consistent the whole way through.
So
But just the wrong gust at the wrong time.
yes, indeed. So let me have a look here. 27 points, 20, yes, 40. So here we are, 97 to 86. So actually that first arrow from Argyle was upgraded to a 9. So they've actually caught up 3 points in that end. But with only 2 ends to go, Stephen, Argyle, Dittered and Jones, as you touched on earlier, are going to have to shoot close to perfection here. And Clark, Gorman and Harrison are going to have to start shooting some low numbers, which is possible in this wind.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. If they can just keep it in the gold, they can keep the pressure on and get in the get in the heads.
Well, Ryan Dittered here got a 10 with his last arrow.
He looks lovely and solid. All his shots have looked lovely and solid.
9.
Even the first miss still looks solid. It's a nice 9 there. That's good. That's what they need. Put him in the gold and hope you catch a break.
This is the bronze medal match, folks. Remember, we've got the gold medal match coming next in the compound teams category.
10 points.
Yeah, awesome shot from Emma there.
Her second 10.
Here's a nice lull. See if Ryan can take his time, settle, and get this off.
And the wind's died down too.
8.
Oh, 8 right. He may have just been aiming off there for the wind that was not there.
So now Chris Gorman once more from Wairarapa. Used to be a bare bow archer back in the day. I see he's a former national champion in that category. This is Gorman, back in 2007.
2007, that takes me back.
14 years ago now, mate.
That's when I started Target.
Yes, Harrison.
Good 9. It's all these guys need to do. All these guys need to do is put them in the gold or the 8, and they're going to be tough to catch.
Neville Clark.
6.
Ooh, now that's the sort of thing that the other team need. That's the sort of mistake that those points will get chewed up awfully quickly with 6s. But it's on the face. Still 6 more than nothing.
Well, it's just a carbon copy. This is what Dittered, Argyle and Jones need. 10-9-8, they just scored earlier.
9.
It's a good shot.
Well, he's gone 10-9-9 in his last 3 arrows, Dittered now.
Yeah, after that very initial wobble, he's shot quite nicely ever since.
Argyle looking to do the same.
And obviously broke a little bit left. You can see that little bit of English on the bow arm, trying to throw it back in there.
Jones has nothing worse than an 8 so far.
There's a good 9. That was a good shot there.
So that means they'll score 52 points out of 60 in that rotation.
That is not bad. That is absolutely great in these conditions. A few more mistakes from the other team and they'll be right back in it.
Oh.
Mistakes like that. Still on the target, still points, but they're going to need to. They're putting a little bit of pressure on themselves here.
Well, puts a bit of pressure on Harrison, but he's been solid. He's gone 9-9, 10-9 in his last 3 arrows.
Here's a good 9. Yeah, he looked good.
Well, that's 4 9s out of and a 10 in his last 5, so he's solid. He's going good, Harrison. Now Clark's been a bit all over the place. 2 6s, a 7, and 8. No 10s yet here for Neville Clark.
I've chucked him last in the rotation, so they've obviously got plenty of faith. That was a nice solid shot. That looked like it went where it should have gone. Slightly right. He may have been aiming right there.
14, 23, 47. They caught up 5 points there by my calculations.
That was good work by the team there.
Target 2.
We'll wait for these.
At 138 points.
Have to wait for these official scores.
144 points.
I heard 138 to 144.
44. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Only 6-point game, and that's now pretty much nothing. So that's excellent work keeping it tight. And we're going to be on for a bit of a finish here, I think.
So one set to go.
Yes, I believe so. One set to go.
1 set to go. 6-point game for Clark, Gorman, and Harrison. So the margin was 11, to remind you, after 2 ends. Now it's only 6.
They're getting there. They're getting there. So target 1, they're going to have to shoot strong.
But they're still going to have to rely on a few.
Well, now they don't have to rely on big errors.
Yeah.
They can just a couple of 8s, a couple of 8s here and there, and that can be enough for them to get in. Before they needed blues, they needed blues and misses, but now they got them, and so now they only need them to shoot well and the other team to shoot slightly less. So this is well within the realms of possible now. Good work for staying in it. That's why accumulative scoring, it sort of keeps the pressure on the whole way around, and with recurve, with it sort of resetting every time, both of them have their own unique ways of building pressure. Accumulative scoring, because compounds are normally so close together, this is just a rare example where we've had quite a big spread of scoring, but it's come back around, and this is just the conditions dominating proceedings for sure.
Well, those 3 chaps have been around a long time. Look like they've been in this situation many times. Let's see what young Ryan Dittered can do here. 22 years of age. He's gone 10-9-9 in his last 3 arrows, and he's going to need something in the gold again. Oh, that wind.
You can imagine how much that wobble looks through a 6 power magnification scope. It's not fun. 6.
Target 1.
It's so hard to readjust, isn't it, when you can't get settled, I guess, Stephen?
Well, compounds have a very low holding weight, so that's how the cams work. So you hold very low weight. So you're holding quite a heavy bow, which pivoting on that release aid with not much holding weight, so the wind can really take it. 7 out left. It's not what they need at this stage, but again, conditions can do all sorts of things.
Well, Jones has had 3 9s and 3 8s in this match so far.
Yeah, awesome shot from Ryan. Awesome shot.
Gee, they needed that one, didn't they?
He did. He managed to snap that one off really nicely.
So now Gorman.
Good 9. That's all these guys need to do at this stage is put him in the 9 and the 8, and that's probably enough.
Now Harrison, he's probably been the best.
He's been solid all the way through.
Yeah, 4 9s to 10. Only one loose arrow so far.
Oh yes,
buried that
and
one
across. Lovely shot.
Second 10 of the contest for him. And that just eases the pressure here on Clark. Oh, he's making some adjustments there.
The elements aren't easing pressure on him. Seven.
Well, that gives them 26, so they've actually increased their margin there.
Just keep sneaking ahead on that end.
That should be enough for them to close out the win, you'd think. With 1 arrow left per archer.
Good shot. Excellent shot there. That's what they need. Put a 30 in there and, you know, leave it up to fate. Leave it up to fate.
Yeah. Argyle. She's had 2 10s in the match. Just drop low.
The really tough things in these conditions is when the wind does give you a break, every part of your body is just telling you to get rid of it and put it in the 10, and that's not always the best thought process.
So that is...
How's your math? What do they need?
26, 49. 49. I'm going to leave it to the judges. Rest assured, I think Clark, Gorman and Harrison are in total box seat here.
Yeah, anything inside the red, I think, for these 3 shots is going to be enough.
6.
Ooh. I did not include 6s. It's making things interesting. Last second. 2 shots to go.
Well, Harrison's gone 9 9 10, 9 9 10.
He's looked fantastic in this match. And there's another 10. Beautifully done.
2 10s to end the match for Harrison.
Absolute brick. He looked really solid.
Yeah, he's put everything in the gold except for 1 arrow. And here's Clark to close out what should be a comfortable win for the experienced team. And that was an 8.
Right.
So they've ended with 50 points, 49 for the other team. So they've actually won quite comfortably in the end by 7 points by my calculations. So there we are. It's going to be Tony Harrison, Chris Gorman and Neville Clark that have got the bronze medal in the compound team's match play. Oh, it means something to them. Look at that.
And well done to Ryan, and Emma for sticking in there after that kind of disastrous first end and making a match of it. It was they definitely could have claimed it at the end there. It did come down to the wire. Just got to give yourself the opportunity. They did well. Well done to the lads for they stayed solid the whole time.
Yeah, they've really enjoyed themselves, haven't they? Good on them too. And Argyle, Dittered and Jones will live to fight another day. In fact, we're going to see more of a couple of those archers later. Argyle and Jones are teamed up together in the mixed teams compound match. So we now move to the gold medal match in the compound competition. This features Lisa Walker, Andrew Syme and Riku Van Tonda up against Dean Sheeran, Ben Trim and Levi Westford.
Good mix of youth and experience in both of these teams. Riku looking cool as a cucumber. Hard to believe we're the same age.
No way.
I find that hilarious. He's got everything so sorted.
How old are you guys?
We're 31.
31. I better write that down. Yeah, Riku Van Tonda is very good.
Good thing we're not standing next to each other, you'd be laughing.
We have Lisa Walker, Andrew Syme, and Riku Van Tonda.
So they're on the left there. Lisa Walker, Andrew Syme,
Target 2, we have
and Riku Van Tonda, and Dean Sheeran, Ben Trim, and Levi Westford. Dean Sheeran from Waitakere. Riku Van Tonda is from the Riverglades Club here in Hamilton. So I'm looking forward to seeing these archers in action as well.
Riku been putting in some hard work with the running of this, some of the running of this event. He was asked him how if he got to bed too late last night, and he was up making strings for someone. So committed.
So here we go for the team's competition.
Here goes Levi, leading them off. Thumb ready to pounce, and there it goes.
with an 8.
Oh, with an 8, Westford. 15 years of age, young fella. He's going for a gold medal in a senior national event. That's great.
Yeah, good shooting by the young man.
It's Dean Sheeran.
Good shot, good strong start. Well done.
And now Ben Trim. 18-year-old. Another one here from the Riverglade Archers Club in Hamilton.
Looks like a 10-9 liner, looks like a 10.
Yeah.
Awesome start by those lads, that was good work.
28 out of 30.
I had to play with Ben's trigger the other day and it gave me a heart attack how light that thing was.
Yeah, it must be quite an adjustment for someone, if you end up specialising in one over the other. It must be quite an adjustment when you go back and start playing around with the other one.
It's an 8.
Target 1's going to kick their match off with a 7.
Oh, sorry. 8 or 7. I thought he'd snuck that one.
I reckon it could be an 8.
Early days, just get him in there, get settled down.
Let's grab the line, isn't it, Stephen? Here's Lisa Walker.
Not that confident. That's a 9. Slightly low left. Good start. Wind's giving him a little bit of a break at the moment.
Now Riku and Tonda.
Oh, look at that. Right down the middle.
Well, feels like this one's going to be game on, doesn't it?
Starting strong. Both teams fairly solid. It's good to get them on the board and know we're going to have a fairly close one.
So here's Westford with his second. Ten.
It's good 10. Well done.
Feels like the quality has just gone up a notch or two, doesn't it? 4 10s already have been scored. Then Sheeran.
Possible 8.
I'm going to give him an 8 on that one. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I'm with you.
That one dipped on him a little bit. Interesting how straight they are. They're not getting caned way over to the left.
This has been Trim again.
Good 9. Look quite comfortable.
Yeah, it started with a 10 and a 9. So I'm going to go with 55 points for that trio to start the contest. We'll see if the judges agree. Andrew Syme. Oops.
Whoop. That's what I was talking about before. So that was his brain said yes and his body said no, and his body tried to shoot the shot, but it was still there, and then the muscles relax because you think the arrow is gone, but it's not, and then your whole body sort of tenses again, and you have to reset. It's a very unique to compound thing that can happen. He did well to get that one on the face.
Lisa Walker getting hammered by the wind there.
She got punished. That was a off the face low.
That could have a big impact on the outcome of this match. Now Van Tonda on the clock here.
Good 9. That's excellent work.
Well, we'll see what impact that has on the scoring. That's just the first set, 17-27. But remember, the scores carry over. 42, I got them at. 55 to 42. It's a big jump, big loss there. We'll wait for those confirmed scores to come through.
We will be shooting the best of 4 ends, cumulative scoring, and the team with the highest score after 4 ends will take the gold medal.
55 to 41. Might be 42. We'll see. We'll see what the judges. Our director's shaking his head, thinking of giving this other team an extra point for nothing. We'll see. That 55's not in doubt, though. Sharon, Trim, and Westford. 3 10s already. Yeah, Stephen, is pretty solid.
Pretty solid. I thought we were going to be on for a pretty consistent one there, and then just the last second they sort of reminded us what can happen.
Well, I owe Dan, our director, a beer. 55 to 41. Lucky he doesn't drink beer.
He must have a better video feed over there.
55 to 41. That's a big lead after the first end, isn't it, Stephen? Again, its pattern's going to play out similar to the bronze medal match now, do you think?
Yeah, well, it's certainly a much bigger lead than we were expecting after the first 3 shots, but again, it just reminded us that they've had a bit of a punishment on that last end with the win, but maybe it's the other team's turn this end. You just never know.
So it's really Sharon, Trim, and Westford in the box seat here. And this trio here have got it all to do. Syme, Walker, and Van Tonder. Of course, we're going to see Riku Van Tonder's brother in action. Reinhard a little later as well. He's going to go for a bronze medal in the individual compound match a little later as that one really gusts up.
I think we'll see Riku later on as well in the individual gold. So he's sort of got one eye on that and one eye on this, I'm sure.
So the feeling, let's touch a bit more on the feeling, the difference in feeling between the compound bow and the recurve. Is it like, I don't know, comparing driving a Rolls Royce to a Toyota or a Honda Accord or something?
They're certainly very interesting. There's certain things which are definitely the same across both, I feel. Still archery, it's still some important things to get right on both of them, but they have their own very unique challenges. You know, compound might be in some ways physically easier, but then it is for everyone as well, so it's harder to gain an advantage. Awesome shot there. Awesome shot.
Great start there for Andrew Syme.
But the standard of world compound at the moment is so high that it's so hard to get a foot in the door. Some great archers shooting some amazing scores. Woof, that one nearly lifted the tent off.
Oh, poor old Lisa Walker is...
Oh, an 8, that's awesome. Well done.
Getting hammered. Yes, I've commentated overseas at some events too, and just blown away by just 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 all the way through in compound. It's incredible.
Yeah, got to give us the conditions first. Awesome shot there. But yeah, it's a blinking game at the top level when it's calm. It's just first one to drop a 9 really. But in conditions like this, it's a little bit more variable.
This is Westford. Oh, yes.
What a cross. Awesome shot.
Right next to the spider in the centre.
I think Dean though has only been shooting that bow for a few weeks. I put it in his head that there was a bow at the shop that he might like and that I wanted, and he went to look at it and ended up buying that one. Ooh, 5-6 liner.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6. What do you reckon? It's grabbed a little bit of it.
We'll see. They always cool down. You always or do you? I don't even know. I should know that.
Being trim.
Be bracing against the wind. Seven.
That wind is really getting up. So 28 to 23. Well, Walker, Syme, Van Tonder have made some gains here, but it needs to continue as Andrew Syme steps up again. for him.
6 points.
So yeah, I'd say that's a 6. It's tough work holding through that. He did well to shoot a nice shot. But who knows where his scope was pointing on that one. That would have been tough. And Lisa just struggling to keep her arrow on the rest. This is another little problem that you get with compounds sometimes, is the arrows sometimes sit on very narrow little rails. Oh, what a shot from Lisa.
Good comeback from Lisa Walker. She's a very experienced archer. She's competed at World Cups in 2019, at the World Champs as well. And Tonda just gets his arrow away in time and gets a 9 points. Don't know if that's Lisa apologising to him, saying, sorry for only giving you 5 seconds there, buddy.
I wasn't watching the clock on that one. Yeah, that would have been tough. That was good work.
Here's Westford.
Yeah, typically the compounders do struggle for time a little bit more than the recurvers because they've got a few more gadgets to hook up. So it's can come down to the wire sometimes. You've got to be nice and smooth, and a long hold in the wind can really put pressure on everyone else. But no one's run out of time yet, so that's good.
So Ben Trim on the clock here, down to
Good
4 or 5 seconds. It was a good 9.
Good 9.
So there we go. 16:24. Well, looks like we're going to get a bit of a gain there for Walker, Simon, Van Tonder. 3 10s they scored in that set, and just the 1 to Westford for the other team. 53-47 I've got. So 6-point gain. Let's see. Okay, then we've gone for 46, which is interesting. And there, that flag there is just about, about 20 metres behind the target. There to the right. So 101 to 94 to Sheeran, Trim and Westford. They've got a 7-point lead over Walker, Syme and Van Tonder. So that gap has halved there, Stephen Florence.
Yeah, closing up is what we want to see. It's not what the other team wants to see, but we want to see close matches and coming down to the wire just for value for money. Why would you go base jumping or skydiving when you can terrify yourself on the
archery range?
Terrify yourself on an archery range in the wind.
Yeah, that's
I don't know why. This is cheaper.
Very much so. So we're just getting those scores ratified. In fact, it looks like a sneaky extra point has gone to Walker, Simon, Van Tonder. They've gone to 95, in fact. And we're just waiting for that score to tick over. It should be 101 to Sheeran, Trim and Westford. Or it's 102.
So Riku's an awesome, he's an awesome all-round compounder, but he's an awesome indoor shot. It's a real big thing in the compound division. He got a 3rd place at the Las Vegas Championship a few years ago. And that's an event where thousands of people enter, and you have to shoot a perfect score to get into the shoot-off. And it's just I've done it myself with a compound, and it was hideous. It was one of the most hideous events I've ever done.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he'll be loving these conditions, but he's an exceptional shot, Riku. He's done some great things in the last couple of months. He's been shooting some really consistent target scores as well, but in these conditions, it's sticking to your game plan and just staying solid, knowing that.
I guess shooting indoors would be completely different to this. Far out.
Yeah, it couldn't be much more different from what we're doing today.
So 7 points is the advantage. Walker, Syme, and Van Tonder. It's the deficit they have to make up with 2 ends to go.
Yeah, things pointing all over the place, just getting blown around. Got a 6. Got a 6 out of it.
So, Lisa Walker from the Auckland Archery Club. One Tree Hill.
Nice 9. Good shot, Lisa. Lisa was our GM until fairly recently. stepping back just to focus on her shooting a little bit more and hopefully enjoying life. It's tough. It's unrewarding being in the administration and these things.
Oh, Van Tonda been blown around.
Oh, what a beast. What an absolute beast.
Well,
well done.
His scoring, Stephen, is 10-9, 10-9-9.
That was ridiculous. See how still he was.
So Westford now.
Westwood with a solid thumb gap there. Six to the left.
He competed in the Trans-Tasman Cadet Target Championships last year, winning 3 gold medals. So Westford, a highly promising archer coming through. Here's Dean Sheeran.
Good 9. Yeah, it's been tough for all these juniors as well, just like the seniors with COVID and sort of throwing all your travel plans up. You're not quite sure what you're training for these days, so it's good to see them here and competing and putting some of that hard work to good use.
He's been trim. To 23 in this set so far. 1 point again for Walker, Syme and Van Tonda.
7.
Levi struggling a little bit to keep him, just to keep centered. But can't really blame him. 8-9 liner.
So 9.
Good shot from Lisa there. Snuck it in.
And now Van Tonda down under time pressure once again.
Waiting to the last second, getting a 9.
Well,
excellent work, Riku.
He's done a brilliant job again, hasn't he?
He's definitely anchoring the team on that side.
He's doing a fantastic job. Westford.
Oh, what an X. Slammed it. Good shot, Levi.
Well, that's his third 10 now. And 6 arrows. They make you feel good, don't they, Stephen?
Getting 10s.
Yeah, man.
10s always fun. I don't know if I felt any 10s today, but they are nice when you can get them.
You got a few towards the end, didn't you? There's a 9 for Sheeran. This is good scoring to complete this end for this trio. And now Ben Trim.
Good shot.
Yeah, it's just a ticket there, wasn't it? 29, 52 points.
Certainly keeping it interesting. You never know what's going to happen at the moment. It's
Well, they've gained again, Stephen, in that end. 52 to 49, perhaps. We'll just wait and see those scores, which will see their margin grow to 8, going into one end to go. Well, you spoke. Let's talk to you about your next few months. You mentioned, COVID has just thrown everything up in the air. So what's the future looking like for you with, the prospect of the Olympics still hanging there, Stephen?
Oh, mate, probably a bit of a touchy subject at the moment, so I wouldn't want to go into it.
But I'm saying it's still, well, it's not been ruled out. Let's leave it at that, right?
There's all sorts of things going on. I really don't know what's happening, to be perfectly honest. It's the usual story, just shoot well and things tend to sort themselves out.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. To be honest, I don't actually know what I'm doing at the moment. I don't know if I'm having a break after this or whether I've got a few physio niggles I need to work on. But yeah, I mean, either way, I'm going to keep training and do something. There'll always be something. You just have to keep training, and then when there is an opportunity, you can have a chance to pounce. But if you sit back and just wait and see, then something gets dropped in your lap and you're not ready for it. So I'm always trying to stay ready for whatever. But I couldn't tell you.
Well, you're not alone, mate. I mean, I think it's dreadfully, it's a dreadful position for not only you, but all our sports people at the moment. Who want to compete, want to travel, but just can't at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's. I think the thing is, a lot of the serious sports still are. The world's still open for a lot of sports. It's more a case of when you're out like us and you're down at the sort of amateur, self-funded ranks. every trip becomes a calculation. Oh, can I afford MQI? Can I get into MQI in the first place? Various other things. I think if we were a top tier, it would have been as soon as it hits, you just get overseas and start training, you know, and keep the level going. But when you have to jump backwards and forwards to work, it becomes quite unmanageable. It really does sort of separate the haves and the have-nots when it comes to that sort of thing. Yeah,
well said. I think that's a very good observation. So we have one end to go. It's an 11-point deficit. So again there to Sheeran, Trim and Westford of 4. So Syme, Walker and Van Tonder need some big scores, and Syme starts beautifully.
That's good. Good recovery from his last one. Good solid end, put the pressure on.
Now Lisa Walker.
Make him think about it.
Needs the same from her.
6 points.
Just out to the 6. It may be it may be it on the side, but awesome view of through Riku's scope there.
Exactly.
That was quite cool. Oh, Riku.
Well, he's been the best archer in this match by a long way. He's got 3 10s and 4 9s so far.
Slackened off a little bit here for Levi, if he can just take advantage. Oh, just out still. Very nice shot. It can be super hard not to rush things when nature does give you a break. Just want to get it in there.
Yeah.
Before it comes back.
Exactly.
It's real discipline to just stick with your process. Nice shot from Dino there. Good shot.
Well, this trio of archers have gone 9, 10, 10, 9, 10 in their last 5 arrows. Just reinforced their good form.
Levi's last one, potentially. Oh, sorry, Levi. Andrew.
Andrew Syme, yes.
Sorry, Andrew.
Whoops. He's going to have to reset.
Yep.
What's happened here? He's given it up.
He had a bit of a geechee-goo, and the smart thing is to just get off the line and sort yourself out, rather than trying to sort yourself out on the line. At least Lisa can now get up and shoot. So this will be interesting when this comes back around. They'll be flying for these 3.
9.
Oh, no, sorry. This is the second 3, so this has put the pressure on. He's going to have to...
So Syme will shoot the last?
He'll shoot the last. So
okay.
Riku's going to just snap this off as quick as he can. Nice shot.
Oh. 10. Still 5 seconds, 3 seconds.
Got it off. Got an 8. Good recovery. Well done, mate.
Good recovery. Well done. Absolutely.
Yeah,
53.
So that was one of those awkward ones when the brain said yes and the body said no, and then you're still hanging on to it. You're like, why is it still here? Should be in the target by now.
Well, they got 53 out of 60 on their last end.
9.
Good 9. That's all these guys need to do.
Yes, so barring a disaster here, it's going to be the gold medal for Sheeran, for Trim, and for Westford, with Sheeran stepping up with his last arrow now.
Oh, what a cross. Beautiful shooting, Dean.
He's finished with 2 10s.
Being to finish this off.
With absolutely no pressure whatsoever.
Looks good, Benny. Looks nice and still.
Doesn't he?
Nice and relaxed. Yeah, lovely, good shot. Nice relaxed wrist there. Nice shot.
Well, they finished with their best end there, Stephen. 56 out of 60.
That was good work in those conditions.
Well, in fact, Walker, Syme, Van Tonder also finished with their best end as well, 53 points. So the silver medal, second place goes to Lisa Walker, Andrew Syme and Riku Van Tonder, who, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4 10s and 4 9s was his effort today. Great effort in that. But the winners are Dean Sheeran from Waitakere, Ben Trim and Levi Westford, who have got the job done and have the gold medal in the men's, well, in the team's match play in the compounds. So well done to them.
That was good stuff. That was super hard at the start, and I think everyone got some good arrows in there when they got the chance.
Well, we'll see those, a couple of those. Well, we're going to see Lisa Walker again in just a moment. Riku Van Tonder's going to be back as well. He's going to try and, well, I think you're going to end up with the most titles today, Stephen. Just say Riku was going for the triple as well. And with him finishing second there, he won't match you.
I have to do the maths on that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's someone around.
So here come the competitors now for the bronze medal match
Lisa
in the mixed teams competition.
Lisa doing the quick turnaround, just walk out and come back in.
Yes, Lisa Walker back out there again, and she's going to team up with Bruce Shuka, and they're going to compete against Barbara Scott and Brian Rowe for the bronze medal in the mixed teams competition.
On target 2, we have Barbara Scott and Brian Rowe.
So Brian Rowe from the River Glades Club here in Hamilton, and Barbara Scott from the Greenwood Archery Club in New Plymouth.
I was looking for Barbara's sheet, and she's crossed the age bracket out.
Yes.
But I have no idea how old Barbara is. But she's an absolute weapon, and I love shooting with her. And she's just so solid and just has such a good mental approach to all these things.
Well, I've got all these profiles here, and I love the David Wright, who won the barebow. His age, it just went NA.
NA.
Not available.
Barbara just crossed it out, and it's very much what she does. She doesn't shoot in any of the masters categories or the older categories. She just shoots in open women's and, takes it to them every time.
So here she is.
If I'm doing half as good as Barbara later on, I'll be well stoked.
So this for the bronze medal in the mixed teams.
Good 9 from Barbara. It's Brian. I think he spends most of his time hunting these days. Good to see him out here shooting some targets.
Yeah, he's a former New Zealand bow hunting champion.
He's got a nice dog.
He starts off with a 9 as well.
So these guys are splitting it, so they're having a target each. Now, as long as you end up with 2 arrows in each target, it doesn't matter how you get them there. In time, of course.
Lisa Walker.
Good start from Lisa.
And Bruce Shuka, the 45-year-old from Timaru. He's a former World Cup representative. In 2009, he went to 4 events for New Zealand.
Good 10. So a little bit of elbow movement going on there, but that was a solid 10. Good start.
So 2 10s, the maximum there for Walker and for Shuka, 20 out of 20 so far. Now Barbara Scott once again. Oh, it's 10.
I think she may have snuck that one. Good shooting, Barb.
Definitely.
Strong start to this match. We got rid of that one a bit too quick.
Well, 35 out of 40. Here's Walker.
Low 9, that'll do. I think if a team manages to average 10-9 across this match, they'll take it. So we'll see how we go. This is the guy that Riku was making strings for last night. I wonder if they're on the bow now. That would be quite funny. Good 9.
Well,
Good
great
start
there.
guys.
Absolutely. 38 out of 40.
That'll do it. If a team can hold on to that, I think that'll be enough today. So, but Brian and Barbara are definitely not out of it. It's a good start for them as well. Just that one righty.
We'll see if it's 38-35 as we think it is. It all comes down to the officials at the other end of the range.
It's an awfully busy itinerary that Bruce did there in 2018. Shanghai,
Totally.
Antalya, Salt Lake, and Berlin. The full World Cup set.
And he went to the World Masters Games in 2017 as well.
That was back here in New Zealand.
He won the gold medal too.
He won a gold medal, yeah. I was the field event manager for that. They gave me my first anxiety attack.
Really?
Yeah, you always remember your first one. But yeah, 720 PB of 695. That's not bad at all.
That's not shabby, eh?
Hopefully he's keeping on with that magical 700 in mind.
38-35 confirmed score. Yeah, right. Some of us just we're not made for administration, are we, Stephen?
I remember seeing an ad for the World Masters Games on the back of a bus in front of me in traffic, and I nearly had a breakdown. It was awful. Good event though. Great to be a part of. I think I'll stick to shooting arrows at stuff.
Much more fun. So here's Barbara Scott. She and Rowe trail by 3, heading into the second of 4 sets.
All right. That'll do. Let's keep him in the gold. Good shot from Brian. We've got 2 Hoyts on target 2 and 2 Botex on target 1, interestingly enough, just for those who are playing archery bingo.
It means all 4 archers have now got 10s in this match.
8 left. Not disastrous at all.
Well, Walker's trend though, 10-9-8 so far in this match. Shuka gets hammered by the wind here.
It's a long unit. It's hard to stay still in that breeze. Oh, wow. Beautiful shot. Just held through it.
Does it make you more determined when you get a gust of wind sometimes, Stephen? I'm gonna put this in the 10.
I'm not sure if determination is the word. It's more like, let's just say tense. Yeah, you just got to pull. You just got to push through it. You stay focused on the gold and just keep pushing and pulling. Awesome. Great grouping from Barbara, just hanging right edge.
I think we will give that an 8. We'll just see.
Nine. Both good grouping for both archers there on their respective targets. It's good stuff. Wind picking up for Lisa here. It seems unfair.
She copped a lot in the last match too, didn't she?
7.
That was a tough one. That was hard work. 15 seconds for Bruce.
Plenty of time. Oh, he's using all of the 15 seconds up there. 7. Ah, well, that's throwing a cat amongst the pigeons there. 32. Scott and Rowe could be in front.
Yeah,
after trailing by 3 points after that first set.
Good
leading
shooting.
by 1.
It's good shooting rewarded. Good shooting rewarded, and then maybe a little tough break for target 1. I think they got the worst of the wind on that end. You kind of hope that these things kind of average out over a match.
Well, let's just confirm there was one arrow which we thought was an 8, could possibly be a 9, and those are the ones which that can have big impacts. Just that extra point here and there, Stephen, can make a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. Especially as you saw in set systems, when it's the difference between a loss or a win or a draw, and in this match, of course, it's just as important. But edging 1 point here or there, it's a cumulative. But yep, only has to touch. You'll see the judge out there with a magnifying glass and a torch half the time. It only has to touch the line, and you get the higher one. You'll see that some of the compounders actually use some slightly fatter arrows for 50, since they shoot 50 metres now. Compounders used to shoot 70 metres with the recurvers, and you'd see a lot more skinny arrows then, but now, because it's closer, You see those ones, I think, is that Brian on the right there. He was shooting a slightly heavier gauge to try to get some of those liners. Won't be helping him in these conditions, but I think Riku's also shooting a slightly heavier gauge arrow than you'd normally see in target. But the 50-meter round has really changed things up in terms of how people approach it.
Well, there's a turnaround there. We have a 5-point turnaround there. So Scott and Rowe go into the lead by 2 points. Walker and Shuka, remember, led by 3 after the first set. So...
One mistake territory. One mistake territory.
Yeah. But you can't think like that, can you?
I can think like that because I'm sitting back here. But yeah. Definitely gets in your head a little bit sometimes. Good 9. That'll do. 9s are good. Maybe just getting a little quick there with the conditions dying off and just really wanting to get it in there before it comes back. Let's see what Barbara's got. Ooh,
6.
Got caught out there, so there's that sort of wind lottery coming back. Still on the target.
Brian Rowe.
Good 9.
Well, by my counts, we're dead even at the moment. 87 apiece. As Walker steps up again.
Nice 10. Good shot, Lisa. Looks very calm on the line. She looks very... Every shot looks exactly the same unless she gets hammered by wind. Even then, it looks very similar.
Here's Shuka once again. Well, that's good scoring. 19. That means they get 36.
That's not a bad end in this. That's enough to put that pressure back on the other side. With Barbara's 6, that's possibly going to swing us back the other way once again. Good 9. Good recovery from Barbara there.
Well, that means if Rowe can bang in a 10 here, Stephen will be deadlocked after 3 of the 4 ends.
And a 9.
Oh, it's close.
So by your maths, that gives target 1 a 1-point edge.
It does.
Good game's a close game.
Well, it means Walker and Shuka will go back into the lead by just a point with 4 arrows to come. What's tight match? Who you picking, Stephen?
Oh, I'm not picking anyone at this stage. Can't pick anyone. They could all beat me in a fight, so I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna step out. I'm not gonna put myself out there.
But these are the situations too, Stephen, aren't they? Where you can't do anything about you can't, and you've got nothing, no power over your opponents at all. So you just got to chuck them out of your head somehow.
Yeah, it's a super interesting sport because you're right. It's just you versus a target. Your opponent shouldn't come into it, but it's the situation sort of as it evolves. You kind of it's some people like looking at the other side and getting psyched up, and other people just pretend there's a big wall between you and you just add them up at the end of the day and find out who won. Whereas I've shot with plenty of people that really watch the other. I shot with a guy in America last year who after he shot every arrow, he'd turn his scope and look at my target to see where my arrow would go, which is the last thing I want to be doing. I don't even want to look at him until the match is over.
Yeah.
You can have some quite some very competitive people really like to feed off it, and other people just, hey, I'll do me, I'll do you, and we'll sort this out at the end.
Well, that is confirmed now. So it's Walker and Shuka who lead by 1 point going into the last end here. Barbara Scott to shoot first.
Good 10.
Perfect start.
Good start. That's what she needs. Trailing by 1 point. 10s are massive right now.
Brian Rowe. Bronze medal at stake here in the mixed teams event.
9, that's fine. I'd say at the moment 9 is sort of par, keeping it on there, and 10s are birdies.
Lisa Walker. 2 10s in this match so far out of her 6 arrows.
Good 10.
Make that 3.
Yeah, they look good. Super easy. She's looked very unflappable in both of her matches.
So Shuka.
Trying to hold through this breeze.
Oh, is he wide?
And he does.
10.
That was a very good shot. Breathing a sigh of relief after that one.
Well, that means Walker and Shuka got 2-point advantage with 1 arrow left per archer. They're in the box seat. Barbara Scott and Rowe behind by 2. And that breeze gets up.
It's Kanan absolutely motoring through here. Where's that gone? 8 left. That was all right from Barbara. That was a tough shot. You could tell she let it go.
Do you reckon that's a 9? Oh, hard to say. Hard to say.
To leave that up to the magnifying glass. That was a good shot. That was tough.
8.
That could, those two could have absolutely gone anywhere. That was good work.
Oh, she's had fun though, Barbara Scott. Great smile on her face there as Walker steps up. Couple of goldies here. Stephen should get the job done. For Walker. Oh, it's an 8.
It's an 8, still in the game. It's going to come down to that last end, that's for sure. See if Bruce can back up his first shot. That first shot was lovely.
Shuka needs an 8 or higher, I reckon, and they've got it. 3 seconds left.
Ooh. And it's gone.
Oh my goodness.
That's turned it on its head, absolutely.
Wow, that looks like that Scott and Rowe might have pinched this. Can you believe that? Oh, yes, there's the high five. It's Scott and Rowe who surely have got it. Can you believe that on the last arrow of the match?
I'd love to see a replay of that. I think it just snuck off his stops and then went off. That's a devastating way to lose a match.
Oh, that's heartbreaking for Shuka and for Walker, particularly for Shuka. Something not going right there.
It's always the risk in these conditions on those small faces. That can always happen. It's only a few millimetres away from the target, but
so there we are. It's Barbara Scott and Brian Rowe who have got the bronze medal in the mixed teams event.
The winners of the bronze medal on target 2, Barbara Scott and Brian Rowe.
And they've got it. 141 to 134 is the confirmed score. So that is just heartbreaking there for Bruce Shuka, who, well, going back through his scores, he had 3 10s during that match.
Yeah, he shot super solid. He just, I don't know. He may have just got. You have to ask him. He may have just been blown off, or a little hesitation or something. And it doesn't take much with these things. If you come off those stops, they'll rip the string right out of your hand. So, into the trigger. So,
wow,
it's a rough end for him there. But
100%. Well, that's the bronze medal done, and now we move to the gold medal match in the mixed teams competition.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It is big impact, eh? Just those minute little errors can have huge impacts. So we move to the gold medal match now. We've got Elizabeth Randall and Riku Van Tonda on the left, up against the youngsters Emma Argyle and Ryan Jones.
Very jealous of Ryan that he can shoot in those shades. I can't shoot in sunglasses like that. So Liz is a New Zealand native, but she lives in Australia. So she snuck over as the bubble opened. So I don't actually know exactly where she lives currently in Australia, but I hope it's not Perth.
That's right.
I should have asked her. So yeah, but she's obviously super dedicated and lives with her partner in Australia, but often comes back here. That was one of our top New Zealand female compounders to come back and.
I think she's from Brisbane.
Okay, she's all right.
There we are. She shoots for Sanford Valley Archers in Brisbane. Is what we've got here.
And Emma off to the left, just getting kicked with that win at the last second.
So we're underway.
Ryan ditching at the 8.
Randall, 24 years of age. And now Argyle.
A 6 on target 1.
So this is the first time Elizabeth has shot on the range this afternoon, whereas everyone else in this match has already had another crack at it, so it might take her a little bit to get used to it.
8
for Riku. So 6 and 8. Hey, good shot from Emma. Ryan with the shades. Good 9 from him. That's a good comeback from Elizabeth there.
Might be a 9, maybe.
Wind certainly picking up again. We're back into that. Just get it in the 8 to 9 category. It's good.
It's Riku Van Tonder once more.
Still holding really steady through that win. I'm super impressed. Another good 9.
Well, I'll wait for these scores there to come through.
I think I might have to get on the protein if I'm going to be able to hold a bow like that in these conditions.
100%, mate.
Once again, we'll wait for the fall of those arrows that are close to the line. But at the moment, we're looking at somewhere in the vicinity of 31 points on target 1 to 25 points on target 2.
These conditions, they can be quite detrimental long term to your shooting sometimes. So a lot of the time, you just want to get your match done and get back inside.
Yeah.
so you can smooth things over.
Warm up.
And actually shoot some good shots. It's something that people don't often realise with shooting in really tough conditions. It can really change the whole way you have to shoot the arrows, and sometimes those after effects can actually linger far after the event. So you just want to shoot some good shots, hopefully win your match, and get out of there without any mental scarring. So I think the recurvers have it a bit luckier.
Yes.
We don't quite have the same. It's possible, but we don't quite have the same. With the recurve, we have to get through a clicker, so you have to keep the shot going, and you have to, whether it's windy or not, you have to just finish the shot. But with the compound, you have more options. you can just hit the go button, or you can just completely rip the shot off, and then your brain's like, "Hey, that was cool. Let's just keep doing that, even though we don't need to now," and that can be really annoying.
So here's set number 2. It's Argyle and Jones trailing by 7. Argyle, remember having that arrow right at the start of the match, which could have a big impact on the outcome. And no scorer, as Argyle now looks to make amends. 7.
7 possible 8 on target 2.
So now Jones again. 17-year-old from Invercargill.
Ryan's not hanging around today. He's up, centre, gone.
Yeah, actually just going through Elizabeth Randall's.
Imagine Elizabeth's got a pretty decent CV there.
Yeah, she has.
If you want
Very good. Yeah, has competed at World Cup events all through the world as well. Second at the Australian Open last year.
Won it in 2019.
Yep.
For 10 points.
Oh, great shot by Riku.
Yeah, he's going great today, isn't he? And she's actually the number one ranked Australian compound archer at the moment.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
There's Elizabeth Randall. Argyle now. Oh, it's tough conditions. It's another no score for Emma Argyle.
Oh man, I'm so glad I got to shoot this morning. Oh man, this is tough for these guys. Super brutal conditions. Whoa. Wow. Ryan just saw gold and dumped it. Good shot. He was not hanging around for a better chance. It was impressive work.
Elizabeth Randall we will see in the individual gold medal match soon as well. She fires in an 8. She and Barbara Scott are going to go at it. In the men's match, we're going to see Riku Van Tonder up against Andrew Russell, and here is Riku.
Oh, wow. Good shot from Riku there.
Well,
two in a row.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's had 12 arrows today, and only one has been outside the gold zone. Riku Van Tonder.
That's pretty ridiculous considering he's had some tough shots. He's had some short clock times. He's had some serious wind gusts. That's impressive work.
So they have got a big control of this match now. 35 out of 40 there, and they've extended their lead to quite a healthy margin now. If the pairing of Randall and Van Tonder, well, it's definitely theirs to lose now, Stephen.
Well, number one ranked compound female and male together in the same team is certainly a bit of a juggernaut.
I have them on 77 points. See if my mass is up to par. Probably isn't. So we'll be moving into the individual matches coming soon. We've got the bronze and the women's coming up next, and then the gold medal, and then we have the men's bronze and golds coming too.
Looks like Liz and Riku are enjoying themselves, which is good. It's your options are fairly limited at this stage, so enjoyment is always a positive.
Huge lead for them, 24 points.
That is a big lead. Again, like that first match of the day, it's going to come down to mistakes, but that can happen. So they just have to keep shooting good arrows and not stress too much. And these guys need a bit of a break from these conditions and try to get back in this match. Emma's being a little bit punished so far today with that breeze. It is tough. It's going to be so strong to hold that thing on there.
Oh, she's a young archer, highly promising.
I think she snuck a 5 out of that one.
Yep. Just.
Oof. Big gust there.
Wow, that was getting poor old Ryan Jones there.
We're getting some really solid puffs through, and that's on top of a steady breeze already, so it's target face is good at the moment.
Randall. Nades for her.
It's a good shot. Good shot.
Riku Van Tonder. Going for his third straight 10. It's a 9.
Still keeping it in the gold, still keeping it solid. See if Emma can ditch one in the middle here. It's a bit better. I think that's an 8.
An 8, yep.
Got an 8 out of that one. Whoa. I'm not sure if he was even looking through his peep on that one. That was,
wow.
That was fast. That was fast. My goodness.
So Randall now 17 from the first rotation for these two.
Ooh, got a 6 out of it. She looks like she's holding strong, but it's you never know where their scope's pointing when that thing goes off. It's Riku trying to just power through this wind. Oh, and 10.
He liked it off the...
He's really putting on a clinic this afternoon.
33 points again for that pair, and they are well in control if they weren't already. As they extend their lead again by a healthy margin in this match. So, once again, the score's just been ratified. We're going to see Emma Argyle again in a moment. She's one of the competitors in the bronze medal match. She's against Pivy Old for the bronze medal, and then it's going to be Randall up against Barbara Scott, who we just saw win a gold in the mixed teams event. By the way, folks, the individual match play compound men's matches, Reinhard Van Tonder up against Marcus Barclay for a bronze, and Riku Van Tonder will be back against Andrew Russell in the gold medal match. So there's the scores at the moment, 100 to 74.
Yeah, that is a
huge.
That is a sizable lead. It's definitely going to take some misses, obviously, to get back into it. But as we've talked about many times, it's not out of the possibility.
So here we go with the fourth and final end of this match.
Hopefully Emma can finish this match off with some strong shots to build some confidence for her next match.
That's correct.
So you don't want to get on good and bad rolls in the sport when you're just going one after the other. It can go so quick, it's hard to gather your thoughts.
So here is Emma Argyle now. This has been a tough competition for her.
Sometimes it can honestly come down to how the archer is choosing to shoot their shots, and she might be just super committed to just pulling through and letting it break as a bit of a surprise, which is what you normally want to do. But when it's this gusty, sometimes command shooting is the only way to get salvageable shots, and sometimes it can. Sometimes archers will say it's not worth what it's going to do to them to change to that style. And other archers are fine. That was a good shot by Emma.
Jones.
Whereas you can see Ryan is just pulling it back, centerizing it, and then just
having a crack.
Just off it goes. Get in there. Liz looks like she's still trying to maintain some semblance of decent technique, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good 8. That was a good 8.
And Van Tonder, he seems to be the most at ease with this wind, although...
He just had one flick off the rest there. And
yeah.
Experienced competitor, he just threw another arrow straight back on. He's using a drop away, so that normally doesn't happen with those, but...
6.
Ooh, and a 6. I think he was just trying to get off the line to save them some time that time. That was a bit of a bad break for those guys, but it's going to take a few more of those.
Well, we're down to the last arrow each now.
That's an 8. Good couple of shots there from Emma.
Emma, yeah, 2 8s to finish.
That was good.
It's the best she has done in an end in this match.
Another 8.
Ryan giving that one a little bit longer, but that was a good shot.
So 4 8s there to end the match. And Randall will want to finish with a good score here. Always sets high standards for herself.
She's looked really solid, just getting pushed around a little bit. You can see that in the way she looks when she shoots some of those ones. You can still see a little bit of a surprise, which is good because she's not expecting it to go off.
Possibly a 9 there too.
It's a good shot. See how much time Riku's got left. And a good 9.
9 to finish. So there we are. It's a comfortable win there for Van Tonder and for Elizabeth Randall. We'll await those confirmed scores, but they will win the gold medal in the mixed teams here in the compound in the National Archery Championships. And it's going to be Ryan Jones and Emma Argyle who get second.
That was good work from those guys. They were the top ranked. You would expect them to be up there and to take the win, but you still have to back it up, and they did a really good job. They shot really strong in those conditions.
So we will just get those confirmed scores for you, and we'll see many of these archers again in the individual competition. 3 of the 4 that have just been competing there have got one more event left each.
Thank you very much to all of our gold sponsors.
As we get those confirmed scores to come through. Looks like Argyle and Jones have finished with 104. And Randall and Van Tonder finished with 132. Is that full-time confirmed scores for Argyle and Jones.
We have all these lovely bios in front of us, but it's hard to read them when it's A, blowing away, and B, trying to say what's going on in the match. And I always feel bad because I always write them down. I'm like, I always write this down, but you never say anything. It's hard to get through it. But just looking through, Liz is age 24, started archery at 10, and see what you can achieve when you hang around for 14 years of archery. She's done really well.
We'll just try and make sure we don't lose any of our notes, because I need these profiles for our next matches. So there's Barbara's. As we move on to...
So compound women's bronze match individual coming up now.
Just move those.
Emma doing the quick turnaround to get straight back out there. Barbara's had a chance to go sit down for a bit, and she was... Oh, no, it's not Barbara. Sorry, she's in the gold.
Yes, she is.
My bad.
Just wait a second, Stephen. We're getting there, buddy.
Shuffle the papers
Yes,
around.
we need that one. Right. So, in the women's bronze medal match, we've got Pivy Old and Emma Argyle about to battle it out. In the women's bronze medal match, before we have that gold medal match.
We're now moving on to our individual compound women's match play event today, starting with the bronze medal match.
So I was looking at Pivy's stats here. Been shooting 6 years. That's probably quite not as many as some of the people around here, which is a good effort. And first outdoor national tournament. So in the bronze final in the match play, which was fantastic. And this tournament already won gold and Masters target. So how about that? First national tournament, win gold and Masters. That's not a bad start, and you're in the bronze final for the individuals.
And Argyle won the bronze medal last year, Stephen, in the Nationals. So hopefully she can find her best form here and get another bronze medal.
Well, she's had 3 matches to... This is her 3rd match. There's 2 matches to sort of get the hang of this, if that's such a thing you can do in these conditions. Pivy's going to have to just jump straight in.
Greenwood Archers from New Plymouth, right? So here we go. Emma Argyle to go first. Cumulative scores, remember? Each archer shooting 15 arrows.
Good shot from Emma, strong. At least in the individuals, you get to stay on the line and actually get into some sort of rhythm. Whereas with the teams constantly going on and off, it can be really hard to find your feet sometimes.
And a 6 on target 1.
I'll give you their results too in the tournament so far in just a moment as well. Pivey-Old beating Lisa Walker.
A 10.
Great shooting from Emma.
134 to 132, but then losing in the semi-final to Elizabeth Randall, 145 to 135.
X for 10 points.
She didn't look happy.
Well, yeah, she didn't. She didn't, but absolutely smashed it. It was an excellent shot. She may not have been quite sure where that one was going.
Emma Argyle, 138 beat Beverly Evans, 127, and then lost by 3 points to Barbara Scott, 141 to 138 in the semi-final. So those are the previous results for these two archers. Oh, it's a miss. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's tough. Welcome to match play finals. Have some wind and a small target face.
Well, that's going to give Emma Argyle a big lead after the first three arrows, a 9-point lead.
Emma shot really strong on that one. I just got caught a little bit in the last one, but I still think that she's doing the right. She's shooting her regular shot. I honestly think that. I mean, I have to ask her. I haven't seen her shoot that often, but I think she's just trying to stay centered and power through it, and sometimes you just get caught, and there's nothing you can really do about it. But that was 2 out of 3. That was excellent. But I don't see her snatching her release aid or doing anything weird like that. So I think she's just trying to stick with her regular game plan. I haven't checked out Pivey's release aid yet.
So 25 to 16 after the first 3 arrows.
I think Pivey's got a hinge. We'll have to wait for the close-up. If it is, I'll explain that. Oh yeah, that is a hinge. So
what does that mean, Steve?
So I was talking earlier about different types of release aids. Some of them have buttons and some of them have triggers and things you can pull. This one here, you see it works on rotation. She's just going to rotate her hand and off it goes. And if you get caught, there's no stopping that thing. It just works on the angle, whereas Emma's is a thumb release. That was a lovely shot.
Argyle all of a sudden looking way more confident.
I think she's figured some things out.
8 points.
Oh, I didn't like that one.
I think it was pointing way off when it went, and she managed to scrape some points out of it, which is always good. Let's see how Pivey can hold against this wind.
Another
6. Well, old struggling a little bit early in the match.
Not a bad group, just all out to that left-hand side. Whoa. That one Emma was not ready to go, but she'll take a 7.
Well, she scores 22 in that end, and 22 as well for Old. So we're getting some rain now, are we? Hopefully not much moisture coming. Looks pretty clear out there. We were supposed to get some showers today. Maybe they might come after the conclusion of today's action. Fingers crossed that will be the case.
Yeah, we've been super lucky so far at the tournament. We've had a touch of rain here and there, but all in all, it's actually been really good. We've had some pretty brutal winds. Today is probably equal with midway through the 1440 round for wind brutality. But we've had some good days as well, so you can't really complain too much. But it's been an awesome venue. I just wish we were inside that giant event centre there with its 100 and 200 metre long giant indoor venue. Someone said to me, "Oh, but if we shot in there, it wouldn't count for records." I'm like, "Sorry, I don't care. Let's just go in there and enjoy life."
So 47 to 36.
We're not all masochists.
That's right. Argyle extends her lead by 2 points after second end. And now
A couple of spits of rain falling, but I think it's going to blow over pretty quickly. That was good.
that's better. That's the first one in the gold zone for Old.
That was a good shot. That was a really nice shot.
Third time, fourth time, in fact, Argyle has had a gold score now. You can see that the other 3 holes there.
That's nice work from Pivy as well. She's doing well with that hinge. I wouldn't be wanting to shoot a hinge in this. That's impressive. Super impressive. You just got to be so strong. You just got to hold on the dot and just keep pulling that thing, knowing that it's on a hill, just going to break at any second. So watch this, thumb comes off, trigger goes round, trigger goes off. Not a bad result, 998.
And another 8 for Argyle to end that end. So they have ended, well, Old's gained by 1 point there.
Snuck up 1 point on that end.
26 to 25 to Old that end, which means it'll be
10-point lead.
Yes, well.
I can do maths if it's that easy, but
Yes, you can. You're good.
I'll just look at your notes and take all the credit.
Thank you, mate. As long as one of us gets it right, that's really all that matters.
So you're saying we should both say different numbers? Hedge your bets. No, that was good shooting. I'm super impressed with Pivy with that hinge in this wind. It's not so bad if it's strong and consistent, but if you get a breeze, if you get like a gust, and it changes your body angle, that can just open the thing and off it goes. So she's doing really well.
So Argyle goes to 72 points, and it's 62 to Old. And we've had 9 of the 15 arrows. So again, it's going to take something pretty special from Old to come back in this contest. And she's going to need some help from Emma Argyle.
Emma seems definitely the most comfortable she's looked so far in this match. She's definitely looked a lot better than her opening ones. But
Yeah.
you never know. You can just get punished.
Pivy Old to go first in this fourth end. 6. Well, she's going to have to get scores in the gold.
Yeah, that's not going to do it at this stage in the game. Emma is looking pretty comfortable. That's nice.
That's how to take advantage, isn't it? When your opponent drops a 6 in.
That's a good shot. Good 10.
Her second 10 of this contest, and Argyle has 1 as well.
It's not bad. She seems to have settled into a much better rhythm in this match and just, doesn't seem quite as surprised with some of her shots. That's a 5.
Just in the scoring zone.
Just getting pushed over. Here's a solid gust for Emma to hold through. You see how the thumb goes right on there. She's definitely putting weight on it already. Just pulling through. That was a good 9. That was good shooting.
Yeah, good shot, solid shooting there. So 26 out of 30 there for Argyle and 21 for Old. So it's another big gain there for the youngster from Manawatu.
Looking at 21 points on target 1 to 26 points on target 2.
So Emma Argyle looking good here to win another bronze medal for the second straight year here in the women's compound at the New Zealand Archery Championships. There's the score at the moment, 98 to 83. It's a huge margin.
Yeah, she's doing well in this match. I'm super happy that she seems to have gotten some of those earlier shots out of her system, and I mean the conditions haven't gotten better at all. So she's just dealing with them a lot better in this match, which is really nice to see. It can be quite soul destroying shooting in this sort of stuff. But Pivy looks pretty chill. Just pulling back, see how we go. See if she can continue on that 10 that she got in that last set.
Well, good shooting. We'll get the job done for Emma Argyle on the right. Ivy Old from New Plymouth. She's going to need 3 10s here.
Yeah, that's an example. You see the look on her face. It just wasn't pointing anywhere near the target when it went off, and you can't bring it back, unfortunately. That's a tough one. That's a good shot. See, Emma's one of those ones that qualified for the Oceania team for 2020, which is an event that unfortunately did not happen due to that must not be named.
Yes.
And that can be quite tough when you're training for one thing and then don't know what you're training for after that. But she's obviously stuck with it and definitely now top junior compounder, shooting some good scores. 7. These guys are just getting some rain as well, just to really add to the ambience.
Last arrow coming up there for Harvey Old, and it was an 8. So an unhappy bronze medal match for her. So Emma Argyle will wrap this up.
Yeah, good shooting by Emma.
Closed the match. Good score. 24 points. Solid for Emma Argyle. And it was a tough couple of matches in the teams event for her today, but she's bounced back in style to win the bronze medal in the individual compound women's competition. So a really good effort from her. Emma Argyle from Manawatu.
Congratulations to Emma. It's a great result for her to come away with something from that event, which is awesome. And well done on making it to a bronze final in your first nationals match play for Ivy. That's awesome work.
Yeah, great effort from her to get there.
Awesome work, and it would have been tough because our match play rankings, our match play eliminations were not very windy. I bet that hinge was working a lot nicer there.
Yeah, I bet it was.
And come out here and just get kicked around. So now that was good effort to stick with it.
So let's confirm the scores there on the bronze match. Emma Argyle 122, Ivy Old 98. Well, we move now to the gold medal match. Features the defending champion, Elizabeth Randall. And she is going to compete against Barbara Scott. Both of them already victorious here in teams competition. Barbara Scott and Brian Rowe winning the mixed teams bronze medal match, and then Randall and Van Tonda, Riku Van Tonda, going on to win the gold medal. So these two archers trying to win their second medals of the competition.
This will be another interesting one. Barbara's been pretty solid in the wind. Liz was sort of finding the centre in that last match.
7.
Starts off with a 7. There's Scott.
It's a good shot. 9 for Liz.
9 on target 1.
It should be a 9 for Elizabeth Randall there.
Should be.
Good 9 for Barbara.
Target 2.
Elizabeth Randall beating Sophia Redgrove last year, 136 to 114. Very comfortable win for her.
7 possible 8.
Yeah, well, I heard one of those other stats you read out that her semi-final match to get into this was 145, I think you said.
Yeah, we'll confirm those again in just a moment.
And that's a solid score.
9 points.
So Barbara Scott finishes that end with 2 9s. Now Randall.
Yeah, 145 is solid shooting, so we certainly know. Given the chance, Liz can really put him in there.
Yeah, she beat Ivy Old 145, 135 in the semi, And Barbara Scott beat Emma Argyle 141 to 138.
Yeah, that's good shooting for Barbara as well. So, yeah, this will be a good one. I hope that the conditions give them a bit of a break and we can have it decided by 10s and 9s and not a target face and no target face.
So there we are, the first 3 arrows of 15 that each archer is going to shoot in this contest. And it's Scott who's got that 1 point advantage. So one of the first arrow was in fact an 8 to Elizabeth Randall. So that gives Scott the 25 to 24 lead by 1 point.
Oh, my bad. I thought she'd caught it, but no.
I was with you. But that's what the judges are for at the far end of the range. So Randall to go first. Remember, she's trying to defend her title. Oh, wow.
In this match, that could be quite heavy, that shot. Just pushed her out the last second. Barbara just has to stay solid and nothing unspectacular.
Wow, it was a long hold, wasn't it? But it was worth the wait.
It's a good shot for Barbara.
Now Scott with her second arrow. Long holds for her.
7 possible 8.
Barbara getting a little bit loose on a couple of those ones, but still getting good enough at this stage.
Randall holding.
Yeah,
Wow,
6 out left.
Uncomfortable there, Stephen.
Yeah, I think similar to what I was talking about with Emma. I think she's still trying to shoot good non-commanded shots, and if the thing's not pointing in the middle, what a shot by Barbara. If it's not pointing in the middle when it breaks, you're not getting a gold out of it, so that can be really hard, but you just have to, if that's your game plan, you just have to keep pulling and hope that it all centres it when it goes off.
Well,
Randall, a lovely shot by Barbara.
Yeah, wasn't it? Well, Randall only getting 19 in that group of 3 arrows there. That's not good from her. The high standards she usually achieves.
Yeah, well, it's it'll be interesting to chat to her about this later. But still time to get it back. It goes pretty quickly in individuals, but she can still count it. But we do need mistakes from Barbara now for her to get back in this.
So let's have a look at those confirmed scores. Looks like Randall's on 44 points and Scott is on 51. So it was a big game there for Barbara Scott. She's got a 7-point lead. Can she hold it? That's the question here, Stephen. It's going to be interesting.
Anything can happen. If Liz can shoot some good ones, then she can pull herself back into this, absolutely.
Well, it's now time, isn't it, for Elizabeth Randall?
7 points.
But yeah, you see that the sort of uncomfortable look on the face on the release there. It's just not sitting nicely, not pointing in the centre. It's a tough one for Barbara. It's a 6.
Wow.
Both archers getting the run around on those targets.
Well, let's have a look at Randall's scores here. She lines up this one here. She's not got a goldie yet, Stephen, which is amazing. This is her 8th arrow.
There's 7 possible 8.
That wasn't bad that wasn't bad for that Gus. It's a good shot. I can't even imagine how much her slide was moving. It was a good arrow. 6 out the other side. Now it's Barbara's turn to feel the brunt of this breeze.
which continues to blow strongly, and we've got the men's individual matches coming up soon as well.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot by Liz.
That needed to be made, didn't it?
What a shot.
Jeez, that was much needed from
There was a bit of everything in that one. A bit of steering, a bit of
Oh, great comeback.
What a Bohemian Rhapsody of shooting there. I don't think I said that properly. That was that was a really interesting one.
Good waving there in the replay, and the flag at the end of the range there.
We've had tournaments so windy that the arrows snap when they hit the target because they're flying sideways and then they hit the target and straighten up and the back falls off.
Wow.
That's the windiest tournament I've ever seen. This one's, it's getting there. It's not there yet, I don't think.
Well, it was a 7-point advantage to Scott before that end.
Looks like Liz clawed back at least 2.
3, I think. We'll see. Should be 5, I reckon. Let's just see. Well, she might have called back another point, actually.
Good stuff.
25 to 20, yes, 22. So 73 to Scott. 69 to Randall.
This whole time I've known her, I never realised Barbara was left-handed. I don't know why this is the first time I've noticed it.
So Randall to start the next end.
7 possible 8.
Liz is starting to get into the swing of things, if you pardon the pun, with a few of those shots. She may be abandoning the initial game plan of trying to stay on target and just get it in there.
Scott trying to be as solid as a rock.
Nice, that was a good one.
Well, the wind died down for Elizabeth Randall there. Now Scott staying just a little down for her too.
Oh, it takes advantage. Lovely shot from Barbara. That's what you want.
A rock out
Some
there.
discipline to be able to hold through that. It's good work.
She was really impressive in that teams match earlier too.
Deep breath after that one.
9.
That was a good shot from Liz.
So 2 9s to end that end now, Scott.
Good 9.
That's good enough,
It's
isn't
good,
it?
It's good shooting. Oh man, I'm so glad I'm not doing it. It looks hard work. Smile from Barbara after that one.
Well, Scott, with 26 points, is going to be good enough to hold this lead with 1 end to go. So Scott from New Plymouth still shooting well enough.
Cumulative scores at 95 points from target 1.
I'm not sure if Barbara's ever won this event before, the individual match play finals. I'm pretty sure Liz has. I'd have to...
Yeah, last year. Yeah, Elizabeth won last year.
Have to go back through that, so...
99 to 95 is the confirmed score. 99 to 95 with 1 end to go.
4 points is quite a lot, but we said over and over again, not today. Today it's not. Today it's 1 shot, so... Liz can just keep strong and maybe a little bit of luck and a bit of skill.
Well, she needs her best end here. Let's see if she can come good right at the tail of this match.
Ooh, not what she needed right there. It's on the target, but it's not going to help her close the gap.
No, you wouldn't think so, particularly if Scott bangs a goldie in here.
An 8.
Got close, but she's extended her lead to 6 points.
Good enough for Barbara. Just has to keep doing that. 8s and 9s will take her this match.
2 arrows left.
Liz needs 10s. That's
She does.
a tough ask.
Well, particularly when she's only got 1 in the match.
There's one, though.
Oh, that's a
Excellent
second.
shot. There's one.
Now this arrow here is crucial. Scott, remember, leading by 6. Seven. So she's now leading by 3 with 1 arrow left.
I think this match goes to 150, so should have another couple.
Oh yes, of course.
So she's got 3 more after this.
Well, that's going to be a score of 24 to Randall. Five.
Oh, she had no idea where that was going to go, but I think she's even happy to hit the target. Not quite sure what happened there. Maybe the wind stopped. That can happen.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Let's
sorry,
just
no,
see.
I got ahead of myself.
Yeah.
I thought we had 3 to go, but
No.
they keep changing the rules on me.
24. Let's just check. 20. I reckon the ground announcer is spot on. I reckon we've got a tie.
Peter's pretty onto it. It wouldn't surprise me if we're tied up.
Unbelievable finish there, Barbara Scott. All she needed was a 6 or higher to win.
6 to win, and oh my goodness!
It is a tie.
I wish I realised that. I could have drummed it up more. You were onto it.
A low-scoring
turned you
tie.
away.
So we go to a shoot-off to decide the champion.
Oh man, 1 arrow. Just flip a coin. One arrow closest to the middle in this weather.
Oh man, I just feel for Barbara Scott here. That was her worst arrow of the match. Was her last arrow.
On the plus side, it hit the target. Otherwise, she would have lost the whole thing. That would have been even worse.
Oh man. So here we go. It's a 1 arrow shoot-off to decide who wins the gold medal for a national title.
Looks like Barbara gets to go first. Barbara gets first say.
It's really simple, folks. Who gets closest to the centre? Barbara Scott.
Getting
to
a
go
little break
first.
from the wind as well. Can she get it off?
Scott to go first, and it's
an
an
8.
8.
It's not bad.
But
It's beatable. Absolutely beatable. Let's see what happens.
Randall's arrow's away.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my
an 8
goodness.
as well.
Now that is going to have to be measured. So that's just slightly on the outside from Randall. Let's have a look here. I reckon Scott's got it.
I think you're probably right.
I
but
reckon Scott's got it just.
It's pretty close. That's a painful way to lose a national title if that's how it goes.
I reckon that's
Yeah.
by a centimetre maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty close. That's within millimetres.
It is Barbara Scott.
Oh,
There's
wow, she's done
confirmation.
Wow. Congratulations to Barbara.
What a win for her. Well, she put the drama of that last arrow in regulation behind her and came out and won a tremendous match against Elizabeth Randall. Barbara Scott, the national champion.
That's an incredibly unusual match, but well done to Barbara. It's a well-earned victory in a tough match.
What a way to end it. Disappointment for Elizabeth Randall, who has to settle for second place.
That's in weather like that, it's just you just do what you can, and you can't really be too unhappy when it goes that way, because it's like, well, what can you do? But good shooting to Liz, and commiserations and congratulations for her silver, and massive congratulations for Barbara for pulling that one out. That was awesome.
So we now move to the men's individual matches, and out come Marcus Barclay and Reinhard van Tonder, who come out to compete for the bronze medal. Marcus Barclay, who won the bronze medal last year. And Reinhard, the older brother of Riku. So Barclay and Reinhard and Tonda about to go battle here. Let's have a look at their results through the tournament for you. Reinhard losing to his brother yesterday in the semi-final, 147 to 140. Good scoring from both of them.
147, it's not bad.
And Marcus Barclay losing 145 to 135 to Andrew Russell. So here's Reinhard van Tonder going first.
It's a good 9 for Reinhard there.
Yeah, and Marcus Barclay, here he is, the 24-year-old from the Auckland Archery Club. First time we've seen both of these archers today.
Target 2 responds with an 8.
Thought Marcus would have his hinge out, but he's got a thumb as well, so that's interesting. He normally shoots hinge, but I think he's decided that it's not a good idea today.
9.
Good 9 there.
Well, just like his brother, Reinhard's a very good archer. He's represented New Zealand at World Cup events. So too is Marcus Barclay.
Yeah, Marcus is a builder. It's,
Oh,
no,
Marcus.
it wasn't pointing anywhere near the target, that one. You could see it right off the bat. Oh, sorry.
Now it's a no score for Marcus Barclay. Just a 5 for Reinhard. It's the last time he got a 5. Well, not the start either of those two were looking for, really.
Yeah, tough start for Marcus there, and Reinhard may have given him a tiny little bit of a sniff, but
Magnifying glasses out to examine whether that's a 5 or a 6.
Reinhard van Tonder, 21 years of archery down here. I think that's a pretty solid effort.
Once again, we're looking for the cumulative total to determine the winner.
Done a bunch of World Cups in Shanghai, and does the Vegas shoot and Vegas shoot as well. A bunch of field stuff with it as well. Him and his brother have the caveman archery, and they do a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, confirmed scores 24-16. So Reinhard.
Arrow has been called in, so 24 points to 16.
So Reinhard van Tonder gets that extra point.
Yeah, Marcus has been around forever. I think I don't know what age he started shooting, but it might have been around the 10, maybe even younger. Just sort of keeps it ticking over.
Yeah, well, he's giving up an 8-point lead after the first end. That's a lot of points to give away to someone or to one of the Van Tonders.
It'll be an awfully big comeback. Let's hope he can get some good shots away. This is the first thing Marcus has done today, so that's a slight challenge. And same for Reinhard as well. First time up on the stage. Probably sitting back watching. Oh, I can't wait to do this.
Yeah, and then the wind just gets stronger and stronger and stronger.
Oh man, I just can't wait for my match.
6 points.
Low 6.
Oh, it's not what we expect from Barclay.
No, he doesn't shoot a thumb trigger for a reason. Good shot there.
First 10 of the match.
So he's going to be battling a couple of things on this match. The wind and that thumb trigger. Nice shot.
9.
That was tough. Good 9
there from Barclay. Points, says Van Tonder, getting a 9 to finish that end.
He seems thoroughly non-bothered by everything. Just
well, he's extended his lead by 3.
7-point end on target 1 to a 24-point end on target 2, allowing target 1 to extend their lead to 51 to 40.
Yes, indeed. So it's an 11-point game now. So
still
nice
a big
game
lead
there
for Reinhard.
To 11 points.
He just has to avoid any catastrophes from now on, and it's all his.
And I mean, do you think about that sort of stuff when you get out to a big lead like this? Should you?
No, I mean, no. You just shoot your shots, but there can be the psychology between you have to shoot really, really good arrows to win versus the psychology of you just have to get them in the face and solid. It can sometimes help you out. I'd certainly be lying if I said I wasn't at full draw occasionally thinking, oh, I only need an 8, this isn't so bad. But still, in these conditions, every shot needs full concentration, that's for sure. You're always seconds away from potential disaster. Let's see how Marcus can pick up this third end. That's not bad, slightly low 9.
And a 9 on target 1.
That's all Randall needs to do is just keep pace, and that's it. It's a good 9.
7.
Low 7 for Marcus. He does struggle with holding low sometimes, so that can be makes it extra special.
8.
Randall picking up another point. Good 10 from Marcus.
10 points.
First 10 for Barclay.
Good 10.
Best 10 so far, 26 out of 30 for Marcus Barclay.
9.
That's good enough for Reynard Van Tonder to keep his comfortable lead.
That end looks to be 26.
It's 26 apiece, in fact, that end. So the lead will still be 11.
27 for target 1 to 66 points for target 2.
It's good work from Reynard, just has to keep doing that. I think the wind is not quite as severe as it was a few 20 minutes ago. Hopefully it gives them a bit of a break and they can shoot some good arrows. And just as I say that, it just goes and picks up a few knots.
Does indeed. Don't forget the grand final in the men's compound coming up. Riku Van Tonder up against Andrew Russell is where we will be for the final. Both of those archers beating these two in their semi-finals and scoring in the high 140s. Remember, the maximum score you can get in a compound match is 150. Russell getting 145 and Riku Van Tonder 147 yesterday in the semi-finals.
That's a good 9. Marcus seems to be settling down a little bit now, which is good. It's so hard to start off with a miss. It's not so hard to recover from that.
Yeah.
Oh, thumb going on and off a few times. And it's a 6.
He's just struggling for that consistency, and you can see he's getting frustrated.
I think he's more frustrated in how he's executing the shots rather than the breeze, but it's when the breeze forces you to do that, then that's, you know, you're not really playing the winning side. That was better. Awesome 10.
Second 10 of the match for Barclay.
That was a quick shot from Reynard. That was an awfully nice group he's got there. I think he tried
nice.
I wonder if he was trying to move it over or he was just like, oh, I'll take 8s today. That was a solid group.
Well, Barclay will gain a point there.
Oh, wow. You see,
nice shot.
You see the flight of that thing. Oh, man, I want to go back and watch that one again. That was going sideways.
It was. Barclay gained a point, but he's still 10 points back with only 3 arrows left in the match. So Reynard goes to 101, Barclay to 91. Oh, it's a tough day in this breeze. All the scores have been down. Other than Mikey Voigt, who won the Barebow Women's earlier today. She was on fire.
Yeah, she smashed it. So over in the practice range listening to that, it sounded like a tough act to follow for sure.
Oh, she had the best of the conditions too.
Absolutely smashed it. She's a good shooter. I shoot with her every week. She's always trains hard.
Yeah, it's wonderful to go through the winners today. So those scores have just been confirmed.
Last one. 3 arrows left for each.
Let's go for Barclay.
Points on target 2.
Reynard just needs to hit the face 3 times, essentially. Just
That's it.
keep it going, not stress. Good shot. That's even better. Oh, good 10, Marcus. See Marcus's commitment to archery there with an arrow tattoo on his forearm. Not sure if I like archery that much. I'm undecided. I need another 17 years.
Here's Barclay with his last arrow of the contest.
Oh, surprise 10. Good shot, Marcus.
To finish the contest for Marcus Barclay, but the bronze medal in the compound is to that man.
Oh, good shot.
To Reinhard, who's finished with 2 9s and a 10.
Well
both
done.
of them finished with 28 points in that last end. So some good archery by both there to conclude this contest. But it's going to be Reinhard van Tonder who wins the bronze medal.
That was good work. Well shot. Really solid the whole way through. Look, thoroughly unbothered by everything going on. And well shot. Marcus, bad luck. Tough conditions, but he'll be back.
Yeah, it's going to be... Well, he finished 3rd last year, Barclay, but not this year. It's a 10-point win to Reinhard van Tonder, 129 to 119.
Yeah, just starting off with that, walking straight into that and shooting off the target, and then it's kind of, you're pushing it uphill a little bit from there, but good stuff from Marcus. He finished on some really good shots. I'll have to have a chat to him later about how that thumb trigger felt.
Yes, indeed.
Good work from Reinhard. He was well shot, well deserved. Good 3rd place. He's getting a hug.
Well, that brings us to the grand final now, the last event of the afternoon. It's going to be Andrew Russell up against Riku van Tonder for the individual men's gold medal. Last year, Ben Trim was the champion, beating Fred Liotta in the final. 144 to 142 was the score last year. And if we get a match as good as that, I don't know whether we'll get close today, but we'll see with this win.
If we get a 142, it will be. I guarantee you that'll win this match if someone shoots a 142. Well, that may be wrong.
So here's Riku van Tonder, the 31-year-old, and Andrew Russell, who's coming into this match, 35-year-old, and from the Auckland Archery Club.
Andrew's another one that's been around forever. He was a former New Zealand representative with a recurve way back in the day, in the, I want to say, early-ish 2000s. He's a great ambassador for the sport, always doing administration type things and helping run tournaments. And
well, he was on the mic earlier today, wasn't he?
yeah, one of these people that's just always doing. He actually doesn't shoot very much anymore, but he's had a really good tournament. He had a great field. Shot some great scores in the field, won that, which would have been, he was stoked about.
He beat Ryan Dittered 141 to 136, and then beat Marcus Barclay 145, 135 in the semi-finals.
That was a good score for Andrew. That's so stoked to see him shooting that well.
And Riku van Tonder comes in here with a 142, 135 win over Dean Sheeran, and then a 147, 140 win over his brother, who we just saw win the bronze medal.
Just out to the left for Andrew there. Hopefully you can click him across. He looks comfortable. Shots look good. We know what Riku's going to do.
Well, Riku's shot today like the wind's not even there. That's what Russell's got to overcome as well.
Whoa. Oh. Straight away. I was hoping we weren't going to see that this match, but that one, you see him try to shred it back across because it was probably pointing off the side of the target somewhere. And he nearly got it back in there, but he got a 5. And that's a hole straight away to try to come back from, unfortunately.
It is indeed.
But he's already done the important stuff. He beat me at mini golf 2 days ago, so...
Easily?
Oh, it was close.
You let him win though, didn't you?
The place was supposed to be licensed, but the guy wasn't allowed to sell us any alcohol. What's the point of having a licensed mini golf course if the person can't sell?
That error was indeed called up by the judge. So it's 27.
Hard stuff for Andrew there, but he can come back. Riku's been so solid today, though. I very much doubt Riku's going to give him much of a break.
Yes, well, Riku earlier today winning the gold mixed title with Elizabeth Randall. And finishing with a second place in the teams event too, and he's shot superbly all the way through, hasn't he? Here's Andrew Russell.
Yeah, he shot really well today already. Still hanging that left side. Just circling it. Ooh.
Oh, wow, wow.
Did not expect that one. It's going to happen. I mean, he is human. Andrew just, door's been open slightly, and that was a lovely shot. Take it, try and sneak some of those points back. Good 10. Riku bouncing straight back.
First 10 of the match.
That's all right. Good result out of that one.
Well, that gives Russell 25 points out of a possible 30.
Oh, wow.
Back-to-back 10s. So actually, Riku's got this end as well. 26 to 25.
That was a beautiful comeback by Riku after that 6. He just got caught out in that 6. Nothing spectacular. Just and then just stacks it in there. That was great work.
47 as we move into the third end of the gold.
So 53 to 47 looks to be the score with Van Tonder 6 points in front.
Andrew shot well this week. It's he'll be pretty happy to be in this final, I think. Certainly probably wouldn't have expected it going in. Hasn't been doing a ton of shooting, and he still comes out and does club events and tries to help the league rounds and things like that. But it's certainly not his main focus these days. Whereas Riku's an awesome archer, and he trains super hard.
Riku is a two-time national champion. Of course, born in South Africa, but been in New Zealand for some time now. So Andrew Russell, 6 arrows of the 15 arrow contest are done. Long hold for Russell.
That's very much his thing. Interesting to see how this goes. Just blew it out to the right. Unfortunate. He does hold a while, and it's probably not going to help him in these conditions, but good 10 by Riku.
That is 3 10s in a row for Van Tonder now.
That was a better shot from Andrew. A bit quicker, a bit cleaner. Good 9. Good 10. Good shot.
10 points.
First one for Andrew Russell.
It's always a relief when you get a 10 in a match. Ah, they still got a 10.
8.
Well, that ends the third of 5 ends. And again, it's going to be a gain for Van Tonder. 27. It's 25 for Andrew Russell.
So consistent. Just sneaking ahead with every end and doing what he needs to do. That 10-10-6 was really good, just to show how strong he can come back. One, that he is just as open to the conditions and mistakes as anyone, but he just comes back in and just shuts the door again. Opens the door and just shuts it.
Well, Andrew Russell needs mistakes out of the man on the left there, Riku Van Tonder, and from what we've seen, based on what we've seen today, Stephen Florence, I don't see it coming. Well, enough errors, but there is still 6 arrows left in this contest.
It's certainly not, wouldn't want to put the commentator's curse on it, but it's unlikely. Riku's shot so well today. He shot well all week.
So it's an 8-point game with 2 ends left.
Andrew needs some wind. Andrew needs more wind.
Yeah.
More wind, because if it calms down, there's no catching Riku.
So here we go, the fourth end. Andrew Russell to go first.
That's a good shot. Nice and controlled. Unlucky not to get a 10 out of that.
Well, no doubt about that one.
Yeah, Riku's on the train. That was a good shot. Reasonable shot from Andrew, good 9. But he needs mistakes. Needs mistakes from Riku.
So far there's really only been one in this match, where Riku got a 6 back in the second end.
Good 9 from Riku. More than enough. It's not bad shooting from Andrew. 3 9s.
Tonda.
Nice group.
Well, it's just that little bit better from Van Tonda. A 10 and 2 9s will give him another point lead in this contest.
3 hours left.
9-point lead for Van Tonda. It's looking insurmountable now. Well, he's had a great day, hasn't he, Riku Van Tonda? Really
yeah, he's all class. He's been shooting well all day, and good to see these guys in the final. Especially when you get a guy that gets there in really calm conditions. We had calm conditions for most of the eliminations, and saw some good scores going down. But then the same guy's still battling it out, and battling it out in horrendous conditions. But that was good shooting by Riku. He's really looked a step above in the matches this afternoon.
He's been class all day, hasn't he? Really?
Yeah, he just looked very, very solid. Andrew's looked really good in this match as well. Maybe just the lack of. This is his first match today, I believe.
It is, yeah.
So to just walk straight up here and do it is always tough. It's good to shake the nerves out on earlier matches. Just drifting low into the 8 there. Oh, 8 for Riku, uncharacteristic.
Yeah, but no harm done.
More than enough at this stage. Another shot for Andrew, another 9.
Well,
9 for Riku. The group's opening up a little bit, but he's still getting the rings he needs. Good 10 to finish on by Andrew. Good shot.
Yeah, good shot there from Andrew Russell. Here is the last arrow of the day, and it's going to be apt that it's Riku Van Tonda to shoot it. And it's a 10 to finish as well. Riku Van Tonda finishes with his 5th 10 in this contest, and he wins the gold medal in the individual men's compound competition to go with his gold in the mixed teams event and a silver in the teams competition as well. Riku Van Tonda, great day for him, and he wins.
Yeah, really, really super congratulations to Riku there. That was a super tough day, and he looked like he was on top of it the whole time, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Just get those confirmed scores for you, and his score in the win today, 135, is a pretty decent effort, really.
Absolutely.
In these big windy conditions. And it's going to be Andrew Russell, who actually improved as the contest went on, didn't he? Finished with an 8, 9 and a 10, 126. So it's a 9-point game there, Stephen.
I think very much that advantage of having those earlier matches to feel it out. I mean, we've got a practice range over there, but it's just a little bit different. So, yeah, good work from Andrew, and well done on his silver medal. It's a great result for him, and some great shooting this week.
Yes, indeed. Well, congratulations to you too, Stephen. Three winning, 3 championships for you today is no mean achievement as well. So well done.
Oh, thank you. It's been an interesting week. It always is. They put on a great event, and yeah, it's good to finish it off on a high. And it's been really cool. And thanks so much for having you guys around, because it's. Yeah, I think, as I said in the spot for this, it does make a big difference. You know, it's a small sport, hard to get it out there, and it does a lot for us when we get to see it like this.
Well done again, and thanks for commentating with me this afternoon. Thanks to you for watching. It's much appreciated. Thanks to everyone who put on the broadcast today, and congratulations to all the winners today here from the New Zealand Archery Championships, the 78th New Zealand Archery Championships here at Mystery Creek in Hamilton.